Daniela with Bestie Life, helping you find the bliss in your busy. Thanks so much for joining us today. I'm talking with Katie Thurber from Banky Girl Creations, fun and sarcastic clothing and accessories for women, but also she honestly shares about being a mom of three, dealing with mom guilt, running a business, and coping with the pandemic. So I think you're really going to relate and love her story. Thanks so much for joining us today. Hi, this is Daniela with Bestie Life, and today I'm with Katie Thurber of Banky Girl Creations. She is actually joining me today in person, socially distant outside. I'm so excited. I haven't done a live in-person interview in a year, so thank you so much, Katie, for joining me today.
Thank you, Danielle. This is amazing.
I know.
It's so nice.
Nice to be back outside and in person and everything.
It is.
So I was wondering if you could just share a little bit about yourself so my listeners can find out more about you and Banky Girl Creations.
Sure. So I live outside of Buffalo, New York with my three kids and my husband, John. My kids are 7, 5, and 2. And I'm born and raised in this area. I've been here my whole life. Before I had my kids, I actually had a career in sales. So I've sold all kinds of things. I sold shipping, which was really fun. I sold newspaper advertising and then pharmaceuticals. And so I had a job in pharmaceutical sales up until I got married and had my daughter. And then I knew I wanted to stay home.
Right.
So I quit my job and decided to stay home with her. And then after, I think she was maybe like 8 or 9 months, I kind of got the itch to start working again.
Right.
But I knew I wanted to be home. I knew I didn't want to go back full time. So I started kind of looking around online at like work from home opportunities, and I found this company where you can sell loose leaf tea. And at the time, I still love tea.
That sounds so fun.
It was so much fun.
Do you get to try them all?
Try all the tea, all
Nice.
the tea you want, and you would do these like little home parties and. I just really enjoyed it. It was just really fun. And so I was always looking for cute mugs to drink out of. So I'd go to Home Goods and wherever to take photos for my Instagram account.
Right.
And I thought it'd be fun to make a mug. I was actually following a business at the time that sold mugs for like moms and stuff. I thought that is so cool. I just want to try it.
Yeah.
So I started an Etsy shop and I had made my first mug. It was the hashtag cool mom mug. And it wasn't because I actually thought I was cool. It was just a joke, but it tow off. Yeah, I remember ordering like 36 mugs or something and thinking that they would never sell, and I was like, what am I going to do with all these?
Right. Christmas and
yeah, I was like, well, if it doesn't work out, I'll just give them away as gifts, and they all sold, and then that turned into wine glasses and then t-shirts, and then kind of just took off from there.
I love it.
Yeah, so it was really never meant to be like a job,
Right.
or I didn't ever think it would turn into a real business, but it did, and I love it so much. So
That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. So Katie, I meant to ask you as well, the name Banky Girl Creations, like it's totally unique, totally something different. What does it mean? Where did it come from?
So when I started my business, I really didn't know, like I said, I didn't know what I was going to be doing. I thought it was just going to be selling a mug on Etsy. And so I just came up on a whim with Banky Girl, which is a nickname that my aunt gave me when I was a baby. It's a long story. But so that was the only thing I could think of at the time. And then it just kind of stuck. And sometimes I think that I should change it to something that better describes what I do and what I sell, but I cannot come up with anything else. And I actually polled some of my customers recently and asking, should I try to come up with a name that better describes what I'm doing and what I'm selling? And they said no, actually, because they thought that Banky Girl Creations is just weird enough and just unique enough that it actually kind of stands out and people remember it. So for now, I'll stick with it.
No, I think that's fantastic. Definitely, sometimes having a brand that's so unique, it's like you hear it and you don't confuse it. Like, which mom brand was that?
Yes.
Which t-shirt is that? Like,
exactly.
It's all you.
Yes, and I did think about changing it to something that was mom related, and that was actually the answer I got from a lot of people was, why change it when you've already got a name that's established and people kind of remember it, it sticks out, it's not going to, get confused with some of the other mom brands out there. So
Right, and like I said, I think your relatability beyond moms, it does make it so unique.
Thank you. Yes, I appreciate that, because I know that so many of my things are mom related, but I don't want it to just be for moms. There's a lot of just life things.
Yeah, or there's a lot of fur babies too.
Fur babies, lots of fur babies and fur moms. I know.
Just because kids could mean, you came home and your shoes and your toilet paper are all over the house for various reasons.
Absolutely.
So as a busy working entrepreneur, mom, business owner, how do you kind of find a way to
balance your work and your personal life and you as a person and find some time for some bliss and some happiness in your day?
Well, so since we are neighbors and we get to talk,
Yeah.
I think I told you that it's been really difficult this year, as you know. There is really no work time and family time and personal time. It's kind of all just mashed up together.
Right, and I'm sure there's like 100 million moms going, oh my gosh, that's me too.
Exactly. Like there's just, everything is all together at once. It's chaos. And so we've just had to find other ways to be happy, I guess. I don't know. So the little things really are what make me happy, like waking up a little bit before the kids wake up and maybe having a hot cup of coffee, or working out before they get up for the day. Or, we do this fun thing ever since the pandemic started where we have a wild party on Friday nights with the kids where we let them eat all kinds of junk food and we blast their favorite songs, and they think it's like the best time.
That is
and
the best.
They love it. Like, we actually kind of we weren't doing it as much over the summer, because over the summer we were doing more stuff with neighbors and outside. And they said one night, my daughter said, how come we never do our big parties anymore? We want to do our big parties. So obviously they really enjoyed that.
Right.
Just finding just the little things, I guess, right now are what make us happy.
Well, and I'm so glad you say that, because I think everyone's looking for those big things we had before, whether it was a girls' weekend away or spa days. And it is those little moments that you can kind of peek in throughout your day, 5 minutes here, 10 minutes there, that if it has that intention, it can give you what you're looking for.
Yes, and I am a type A individual. I'm a list maker. It's little things like if the laundry is done. It can put me in a good mood the rest of the day. If there are, if the dishes are put away, if the kids' clothes are good and ready and they're happy and playing outside, and my business, I've gotten my orders out for the day. Those are like the little things that make me happy. So, yeah.
So what are some of the things that motivate you?
I am very competitive with myself. So I am not so much competitive with other people, but I am always setting goals for myself. And like I said before, making lists and crossing those things off the list really motivates me. And just setting
satisfaction.
Oh, it's the best. And then, so like short-term goals and then long-term goals. Like one of the goals that I had was to move my business out of my house and into an office space. And I did that this year. And so that was really exciting.
Fantastic. That's great. I didn't even know that.
Yes. Yeah. So, that actually has alleviated a lot of the stress for me too, because I didn't have my business all in my house all the time, in my face. It's in a separate location now.
Right.
So that was a huge goal for me. And I don't know, just always competing with myself, I guess.
Right. Well, and I think so many people right now have gone the opposite direction, where their jobs have come into their house. Do you have any tips for them, just curiously, when you did have your business at home, how do you keep that work-life balance a little bit for when it is in your face?
It was never, that was the problem. I mean, if I'm being completely honest.
No, I'm glad you are, because I think that's something so real right now.
I think it was actually harder, because when it was all in my house, I mean, I'm talking, I had like a room above my attic that was overflowing. I had the basement was overflowing. I had boxes. I mean, this is physical inventory.
True. It's a different business.
Oh, yeah. So, I mean, I still work from home. I still have my computer. For me, it's helped because it's physically not, in my kitchen staring at me 24 hours a day, and like, have somebody who packs all of my orders for me now, whereas before I was doing it all at like 11 o'clock at night. So there still isn't much of a work-life balance. It's just that the physical stuff is out of my house, I guess, if that makes sense.
No, absolutely. So anyone who's listening, physically find a way to not see it.
Yeah.
Even if you can't make it leave your house, cover your workstation with a tablecloth. Find a way to physically,
yes, if possible, just get it.
And delegate. I think so many people are afraid to ask for help or delegate.
Yeah.
It sounds like that was a big...
It was, and it wasn't that I was afraid to ask for help. It's just sometimes it's easier to do it yourself until you really are able to train somebody to do it. You're sending these products to customers and they're spending all this money. You want to make sure that they get exactly, we want everything to be perfect.
Right.
So sometimes it's easier just to do it yourself. But I found I have actually 2 girls that are working for me part-time, and they're both amazing, and I trust them completely. And so that's been a game changer too.
That's fantastic. Yeah. What kind of stresses you out still with the things you have been doing to kind of manage and balance it all?
I guess just feeling like I know that this probably sounds cliche, I've heard other people say it before, but feeling like I'm never giving 100% to either. It's always like I'm just winging it, so I'm like just doing the bare minimum for my business, and then I'm trying to do stuff with the kids and keep up with the house, and there's just so many things, so I guess, yeah.
No, and that is, I think, as women especially, sometimes we not only want to do it all, but we want to do all of it 100% perfect.
Yeah.
And we put this expectation on ourselves that can be really unrealistic.
It's true. And then you can get down on yourself about that. And yeah, so that's definitely a struggle.
Yeah, just kind of trying to find, again, that time for you then in all of it. And again, not feel guilty as well, because I think that's a big part too. We feel like we need to keep giving to everybody else and then feel guilty if we don't.
It's so true. I know. Because if I spend too much time working on my business and I feel like my kids, I feel guilty that I'm not spending more time with my kids. And if I spend more time with my kids, and I feel guilty because I didn't get any of the things on my to-do list done that day for work. So, yeah.
What would you do if you knew you couldn't fail? Like, what are some of the things that still kind of in the back of your mind?
I am so terrible about showing up on social media or just for my business in general. Doing this podcast has been making me extremely nervous. I don't do lives. You'll never see me on Insta stories. It's just, I don't enjoy it. It makes me very nervous. In person, I love talking.
Yeah.
I'm very outgoing. I love chit-chatting, asking you 1,000 questions. Online, it's a completely different story. So I wish I was one of those people that could show up more. But so yeah, if I knew I couldn't fail, I think I would do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think definitely the vulnerability of some of the expectations that aren't necessarily about our businesses, but that are expected as part of marketing and promoting and connecting.
Yeah.
Especially now with COVID, and because there are no in-person events to do meet and greets or have a table if you ever did that at vendor events or things like that.
Yeah.
It does definitely change the game. But part of why I asked this too is I think when we put it out there and we kind of put that limiting belief and that thought out, kind of then gives you the power back to be like, I can work through it.
I know, and that's why I really
wanted. So glad you're here too.
I know, and that's why I really wanted to do this, because I know that sometimes you just need to push yourself. I want to continue to push myself and put myself out there more. It just takes time.
Yeah.
So
who knows? Maybe Katie will be back as a guest. You can't even get her off the mic at that point. You'll be like, Katie, it's over.
Go home, please.
What would you say are the top 3 things you're the most grateful for? What I like to say are your 3 G's.
I know there's too many, so
I know.
There really are. But my family, obviously my kids, my husband, my parents, my in-laws, my whole extended family. I have brothers, lots of cousins and aunts and uncles, grandparents, everything. So family and friends. I've had my friends I've had in my life for like half my life. Some of them since I was really little, and then professionally, just like I said, the people who are helping me out, my customers are so amazing. I feel like I've become
got a great
friends.
Fan base.
Yes, like my Facebook group I call them my VIPs or my VIP group. They are my best customers, and I just appreciate their support so much. So grateful for them. I mean, I still pinch myself sometimes. I can't believe that people actually buy things from me. It's like I know that sounds very strange, but it's just wild. So I'm thankful for all of it. I know that sounds cheesy, but I really am.
No, it's so genuine, because I think we do sometimes get so caught up in all the other details, and the things that stress us out and the busyness of it, to just be able to sit back and be like, wow.
I mean, I just come up with silly things and I put them on t-shirts and then people buy them, and it's just so strange to me, but I really appreciate it. I appreciate it so much.
And for you guys, will see the link in the show notes for Katie's website and her Facebook group and everything like that, because it is the funnest, cutest stuff ever.
Thank you.
Like the greatest little sayings, and you can totally, whether you're a mom or not, they just connect with everybody. And I think we kind of talked about this a little bit before, was during this pandemic, I think connection has been so important, and we recognize, like you said, your family, your friends, those connections. And so even through strangers, seeing someone at Target who has a saying on that makes you laugh or smile, is that instant bond.
Yes, absolutely. And I have so much fun seeing, I love when customers tag me in their photos, and they're wearing one of my shirts and they're holding their baby. Or I have one customer who has worn one of my t-shirts for a Christmas photo every year for the last 5 years, and her family has grown. She's got 3 kids now, so every year she's either pregnant or she's got a baby, and I'm like, that's
awesome.
Yeah, I feel like I'm a part of it in this weird little way. So
you're gonna be part of their history when they look back 20 years from now.
I know.
Oh my God, remember those fun shirts?
Yeah, I mean, in a small way. In a small way, but yeah.
You'd be surprised what the kids like. That's what is that warm, comforting place for them, are those little moments, for sure.
Yes.
So what would you do if you had more time? You're working, you've got 3 little ones.
Oh my gosh. I mean, obviously there are big things like traveling and taking the kids to do more fun activities and things like that, but just realistically, like day to day, I wish I had more time, like I said before, to devote to one thing and the other. I wish I had like a couple solid hours to devote to my business, and then I could focus the rest of my time on the kids. So someday, but I don't want to wish this time away, because I know that when the kids go to school eventually, that will be the case, and I'll have all this extra time.
Right.
Well, I think. I don't know. But
it's like money. It's amazing how once you feel like you'll have more time,
right?
Like, I still don't.
I know, that's the thing. I'm sure I'll still be strapped for time then too. But in my head, I feel like when the kids go to school, I'll have this extra time, but just more time to devote to one thing or another, so I don't always feel so chaotic, I guess.
No, that's fantastic. Yeah. And definitely, like I said, you guys will definitely see more of Katie and Banky Girl Creations. Check out her website. She's got some amazing products. And if you love this interview, please leave a 5-star review on Apple so that more women can hear Katie's story. I think she's so relatable and so down to earth. I'm sure you guys are like, oh my gosh, I could totally sit around the yard with you guys and hang out, which is what we're doing, which is why you probably hear like a neighbor hammering.
Yeah.
So thanks so much for joining me, Katie. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Danielle.
All right, we'll see you later, everyone. Bye.